Hello everybody, it's Psych Chrissy here. I actually thought I would share some of my insights on quite a controversial topic, which is social media and teenagers. So I often get asked, Psych Chrissy, what is the, exact age that we allow, our kids to get online and start interacting in the social media world? It's a really tricky question. I am a really big believer that, children and adolescents really do not have the emotional capability nor the skill set to tolerate some of the things that we see happen online, whether it be exposure to adult-based sort of content or conversations or interactions, whether it be that, they're vulnerable to, people out there that unfortunately, prey on children and adolescents for grooming purposes, or, and that is every parent's sort of worst nightmare. But, when you've got kids interacting on social media, and that, that's an open opportunity for anybody to start communicating with them, the good, bad and the ugly. So there's that risk. And I suppose the other difficulty is also then managing, online trolls and bullying. I think it's hard enough at school when kids have to manage, unstable conflicts and relationship dynamics. And, it used to be that when you went home, you actually had a bit of a holiday from that for kids, that they actually didn't have to worry about what had happened at school. And, they could come home and play their sports and play with their kids in their street. And, and it wasn't a big deal. But these days there is no relief. They get home and if they're being bullied or picked on by other kids, it just starts again online. The decision to allow your child to interact on social media should not be taken lightly. It is an adult's world. It's not designed to nurture or to appropriately protect children and adolescents. There are measures, obviously I'm seeing parenting programs and, all of these sort of monitoring systems coming out. For me, I think the question is, about emotional maturity and the fact that children and adolescents just do not have the emotional capability to deal with what is online. And I would encourage everybody to, have a think about that and have a think about the impacts of exposing, children and adolescents to quite, mature conversations and maybe things that they're not ready for. Would you let your 15-year-old, go and hang out in a nightclub or, go and be exposed to older teens that might have different ideas about taking risks, or, you wouldn't do that physically. So I suppose the question is, why would you allow that to happen online? So it's just some food for thought. It's very much my view on the world. It is not, there's lots of different research and no one has a stock standard age from a research perspective at this point. And there's lots of material out there that advises this way and that way. But I just thought I would give you some things to think about when you're contemplating whether your child or your adolescent should be on social media.